Hi, boys and girls. I'm so glad that you're joining us today. And at Read Aloud, we hope that you are enjoying the stories that you're hearing and that the volunteers are reading while we are sitting at home. Today, though, I'm going to ask you to do something different. I'm going to ask you to help us and find and think about your favorite book that you like to look at home. And then I'm going to ask you to do an activity with me. So I have an example, and I found one of my favorite books that I have here at home. I'm not going to read this story today, but I'm going to use it as an example of what you can do at home. And the name of my story is, Do You Want to Be My Friend? And it's the story about this little mouse who's going to go ask some other animals to be his friend. And I'm wondering what's going to happen. I won't tell you the secret. But this is what I'd like you to do. Look at your home in your bookshelf or in your room and find one of your favorite stories. And then when you do, think about it. So here's what I did. First, I found my favorite story and I'm thinking about it, and I read it so I would know what I liked. And then I got a piece of paper, and I just used a plain piece of paper from my computer. But you might have some paper like this at your house, and if you do, that's okay. It has lines on it, and that's okay also. And you can think about what kind of paper, but I started with my plain paper. Now remember, I said there were lots of animals in my story. So on my plain paper, I drew some of the animals. And some of them look a little bit funny, but I did my best, and I know you'll do your best too. So in my story, there was a hippopotamus, and there was a horse, so I wrote his name there. There was a bird, and a lion, and a monkey. And here's little mouse. He's in my story, and he's asking all these animals. And I put a little circle around his special words. Do you want to be my friend? So he's asking these animals. But at the end of the story, he saw another little mouse. These animals didn't want to be his friend, but she said something. She said yes, and she was happy to be his friend. And so after I did my story and my pictures, then on the empty place of the paper, I wanted to write a little sentence that tells why I liked my story. Now you might be able to do this part all by yourself, or maybe you need mom or dad or another grown-up to help you, but that's okay. And my story says, the little mouse wanted a friend. He asked lots of animals. Only the other mouse said yes. And I put an exclamation point because she was very excited to be his friend. And I finished this part, and I used crayons, or you could use markers, but make them nice and dark so we can see your picture. And you might like to just put your favorite part of the story, not everything, but just your favorite part of the story that you liked, and just make one picture. And when you're finished, I'm going to ask you to turn it over. And on the back, when you turn it over, I'm going to ask you to do something for me. And you might ask mom or dad to come and listen to this part because I have some information I need to share with them. But first, I want you to put your name at the top of the paper. And you can write that because you are the author or the illustrator of your paper. But I want it on the back. Only your story gets to be on the front. So your name is on the back. Then we need mom or dad to come, and they want to put the title of the book and the author of the book and write their name and put your phone number there so that we can call and tell you thank you for doing this work with us today. And down here, I have a little sentences, and they might like to copy this and put it on their computer and print it out because I need them to give us permission That means it lets us at Read Aloud take your picture, just the front, and put it on a video to share with some other children about their favorite books too. And we won't put this information on the video. This is only for our Read Aloud. And they have permission to call you and ask you if we can use your story. And down at the bottom, it tells where to send this. We need to send it to our friends at Read Aloud. Here's their address and their phone number so that we can call your mom or dad and tell them when we're going to put this on the YouTube, and then you can see it when it comes. We're so excited to have you be a part of it. And so if you would like to get your favorite book, think about what you like the very best, and then make a picture. Remember, it can be one picture or lots of little pictures, but one part that you like just the best. And tell us why you liked it and what goes on the back. Your name, that's right. And this information is for mom or dad, so they can watch the video with us. Then we'll call you. And we thank you for being a part of this Read Aloud Delaware project. I can't wait to see what books are your favorite books to read with your families at home. Thank you, and we'll be calling you soon.